Well, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, whenever you're watching this video. Welcome to, or welcome back to, my e-bike adventures. Well, it looks sunny, and it is occasionally when the sun's not behind all the clouds, but unfortunately, when it is, it's a little bit chilly today, so hence why the big coat again. Oh, I'll be so glad to get rid of this big jacket, because yeah, well, even getting this far, I've almost felt like I need to put some gloves on, because the air's actually still quite chilly, you know, and still quite cold. Anyway, what are we doing today? Well, we're heading out to the forest, and I've got my new skillet with me, and we're going to do some cooking and a bit of bushcraft. Well, hopefully. I haven't brought out any tinder with me, so I kind of need to make my own, and yeah, hopefully everything will go according to plan. I even wrote a list, so hopefully, unless I forgot to put something on my list, then sorry, trying to navigate cars as well. So yeah, as long as I remember to put everything on my list, hopefully I haven't forgotten anything. Famous last words. Oh, what a beautiful day. Sheep in the field ahead of me. The sun's out periodically. The blossom is coming on the trees again. Everything's springing to life. Here we are at Ebiking Hill, and it's nice that you get these little downhill runs, but I know the majority of my journey is up. But roads don't quite work like that way. It'd be nice if you could just go up and then just stay up. Oh, while I'm at it as well, some shout outs to some of you. So Glenn Salmon and his two daughters, thank you very much for watching my videos. Sorry I didn't get your girls' names, so my apologies there. Lorraine, good morning to you, young lady. Gemma, thanks for your kind words and your support. Absolutely amazing. Thanks, guys. And also to Bruce in America, who's got his own YouTube channel. I'll see if I can pop his channel name down here somewhere for everyone to see. But yeah, you know, all of you guys, thank you ever so much. I know I've probably got some other people that I need to give shout outs to, and I will do, because I think it's important, isn't it? You know, it's like I've touched base with, like, you know, some of our viewers, or some of my viewers, I don't know why I say our, and you know, it's really quite nice. It's like nice little community building up I feel friendships blossoming, you know, as well as the spring. So yeah, thank you all to you guys for watching these videos and taking the time out to comment, and you know, very much appreciated. Thank you. Oh, that guy was so impatient to get past. Must be on a very important meeting. Ah, people out playing golf again. And yeah, some of them are in just a light jumper, and that would be fine if you were standing still, but it's just the cold air, and riding through it does make you cold. Oh, would you Adam and believe it though? Well, of course you would, because why not? This is the UK. My journey to here, before I switched the camera on, I was in shade, i.e. cloud cover, and yeah, it was pretty chilly. And well, since I switched the cameras on, well, glorious sunshine. I'm sure it'll go back behind the clouds again soon though, because yeah, it's just a little bit too warm when the sun's out wearing this big coat. But I know full well, come when it's time to leave, the temperature's going to drop massively. Oh, that poor lady on the bike. She really looked like she needed this bike. Oh. Wait here when the red light shows. Alrighty then. The sheep in the field to my left. Oh, I don't know if you can see that. Move the camera slightly, it's attached to my chest. Oh, boy, slow down at the bottom of the hill. Much easier when you've got a bit of momentum already. Oh, it's all right. I think my turning off is just here. Here we go. Here's Rhodes Minis. Another shout out as well to Don, who lives in Rhodes Minis. I'm planning on a trip with Don when the weather gets a bit nicer. On his e-bike as well. Hopefully, maybe even we may get accompanied by some other people as well. Right, let's power up the last bit of this hill. Right, we're on the outskirts of the forest now, so shouldn't be too far to go. Yeah, another thing as well, a bit of self-care. After watching back my last couple of videos, I realised I've got some minor shakes going on. Well, I'm basically putting that down to the fact that I drink way too much coffee. I probably drink about at least 10 cups of coffee a day. So I've gone on to decaf just over the last few days, and well, I haven't really sort of put it to the test with my shakes, but definitely one thing that has improved is my sleep. I've always suffered with a little bit of insomnia, and I think obviously that's down to drinking. Woohoo! Man, that's big. Big and scary. But yeah, you know, drinking far too much coffee. I don't like water. I think that's been the problem. I don't like tea. Mind you, tea just has its own fair share of caffeine as well. Although I don't think it's quite as bad as coffee. But here we are, Ebiking forest. Oh, let's get over that big log. Yeah, that was a big log. Whew. Oh, wow, all the bluebells. Let's go and have a look. Oh, look at this. That's when you know spring is out. Because the bluebells are also coming out. Oh, this is actually a part of the forest I've not been in. Looking quite open though. So I might want to go over to my right actually and just see if we can find a little spot off of this path and out of sight. Oh, oh, big old stick stuck in the mud guard there. Oh. Oh. I've got another big stick stuck in my wheel, and I think it's anyway, I'm going to set up somewhere here. I'm not going to bother about that twig for now. I'll get it out in a minute. I need to get this heavy bag off my back and get all set up. So as always, I'll join you in a bit. Right, well, as I haven't brought any kindling with me, I should really make some. So let's do that, shall we? Let's get our blade ready. Right, let's go saw some wood. I've managed to chop down some smaller bits of wood, and we're going to make some kindling out of this. So I've got my BSP knife here today, as always handy to have a bushcraft knife out with you. So let's try and get that in. And really, what you want to be doing, we need to split this wood. So it's okay to hit that blade essentially with a big log, and there you go. See, we've split already. And essentially, you can keep doing this. And that will split our wood, and there we go. Some nice open wood there for our kindling. One thing to note as well, do not hit this blade with the same material. So you don't want to be hitting metal on metal, because this will shatter. So get a nice big hefty bit of wood and use that instead. Right, let's pop it that way around. There we go. And as you can see, it's relatively easy, really. There was a knot in that one, hence why that was a little bit harder to split. As you can see, there's one there as well. So we'll go from the top. And yeah, they'll even go through knots. And really, I mean, you could keep breaking this down to much smaller bits as well if you needed to. Right, I'm gonna just lay some of our kindling on the bottom. I'm also going to build up a little bit of a wall at the back. Because we're going to use one of our wound fire lighters. Again, this is just wood shavings. And again, I don't really want to pull the whole thing apart, because these burn very, very quickly. Okay, and I've got enough twigs and other bits of wood as well, smaller bits. So we'll get our BSP knife and our ferro rod, and again we'll see if we can get this lit. There we go, we're alight already. So let's just get this bigger one on the go, and then straight away pop over some smaller sticks. And we'll get our fire going. Right, so I've got my chopping board. I've got, as you can see, an onion and a pepper. Oh, I've just moved this because the smoke was getting in my eyes, and here we are again. Right, anyway. Let's get that bit out, and we can put that on the fire because we don't need it, and that will burn away. Oh, I might have to move again. We've moved, and I'm just watching that smoke, and it seems like it's determined to follow me round. So we might have to keep on the go. Anyway. Just gonna slice these onions, this pepper up a little bit. small onion. That was one thing I did manage to get that was the right size, but never mind. But yeah, I was after some just one breast of chicken, but unfortunately, literally, this is my local supermarket. This is literally all they had, so I had to get some diced. But really, I mean, that's diced. I think we need to dice that just a little bit more. Oh, excuse my sniffles. That's the heat from the fire going up my nose, and it's actually still a bit chilly out today. And my big hooter. Oh, I don't want all that sinew. Right, time for a cup of coffee, I think, and a decaf one at that. Let's break out our OEX solo stove, which I'm convinced it's more than just a solo stove. I only need to boil enough water for a cup, so we'll put a cup's worth minus the milk. Pour that water in there. Oh, whoops. It's the first blooper of the day. Spoonful of sugar. Again, once again, using my Nalgene pots. If you're looking for something to carry dry or liquids without any fear of any spillages, etc., then these really are the things to get, and they're relatively cheap. I think I paid $9.99 for a whole pack of these, and I mean, I know I've only got 3 here, but I think I've got about another 7 at home of varying different sizes. Voila! Oh, don't go turning it that way. You're turning it up, Glenn. All right. Oh, I've nearly covered my spoon completely. I'm not going to wait for the grill. I'm just going to pop my skillet on there and pop a bit of oil in. And with this wind constantly changing direction, it certainly does make it a difficult thing to film. And see if we are warm enough. Are we sizzling? We are indeed. So with that, let's just start popping in some of our chicken to start with. In fact, we can really put everything in all in one go, I believe. Ooh, flambe. Alright, let's pop in our onions and our peppers. This is where I cheated a little. I wanted to get something different, but I had to get this curry already made because I kind of wanted to bring some raw ingredients, really, or some rawer ingredients. But that is looking mighty, and it's smelling mighty fine as well. Right, one more thing left to add. Right, and last things last to add, just gonna right, so we just need to add our fresh coriander. Now, who doesn't think that looks nice? Time to dish up this bad boy. Right, also I've got a couple of wraps with me. And then the rest I can literally just eat as is. Now, I was gonna make some wraps and fry these in the pan, but I'm kind of running out of daylight hours, so it will have to do for now. Oh man, this does look good. and I'm so looking forward to eating this. I'm going to try a bit without the wrap. Oh, it's that fresh coriander every time. Really nice. Oh, that's gorgeous. And really, as you can see, it's not that difficult to cook outdoors. You know, okay, yep. You know, I use the Wayfarer meals essentially for quickness most of the time. But in the great scheme of things, I mean, you know, if you're out camping, then probably time's irrelevant to most people. Oh, right, let's tuck into me wraps. But yeah, I was thinking about frying these in the pan after I'd filled them. But I am a little bit concerned about the weather. There's some, I can't really see much through the trees, but what I can see is that there is a big black cloud not that far away. Oh, these are beautiful. Oh, I'm so glad I thought to make this today. But I don't know if there's a if like curried wraps, fried, are a thing, and if they are, do they have a name? And if so, do you know what it's called? Because that's exactly what I was thinking of doing today, was obviously, like I said, you know, frying these in the pan afterwards. You know, it's really lovely as well seeing all the bluebells. They've only just started coming through here. But right over there, there's like a blanket of blue, or it's not really blue, is it? They're more sort of lilac. I was going to say purple, but they're not purple. So maybe it's lilac colour. But yeah, whatever colour it is. Yeah, it's lovely. It looks, really sets off. It makes everything look nice. Shame the sunshine's not out to really appreciate it as well, because it kind of looks a bit dull today. Alright, so I'll probably let it dry off a little bit too much actually, but I did put a bit of water in there, and this is probably one of the easiest ways to clean your skillet when you're out camping in the wild. Oh, that grub was nice though. And yeah, like I said, really easy. Not really much to do. You know, you don't have to be limited by, you know, prepared meals, you know, in a bag, or, you know, obviously use them, you know, because they're great for, you know, they're great for quickness. They're great for space saving and probably weight as well. And to be honest, you know, that, like I said, especially those Wayfarer meals, they're really, really nice. Not as nice as fresh, nowhere near as nice as fresh, but if you're looking for, you know, something quick and simple, yeah, they're a little bit expensive. Um, they're £5 each in Go Outdoors. Well, generally it's buy one get one half price. So what's that? £7.50 for two. So what's that? So you're looking at £3.75 for a meal. If that's expensive to you, yes, I suppose it is. In the great scheme of things, I don't think it is, you know. But fresh food, much nicer. So I got to thinking as well about speed on e-bikes. In the UK and Europe, we're governed by a 250 watt motor rule and 15.5 miles per hour. Now, my opinion is that's ridiculous. 15.5 miles per hour. I get people on scooters passing me at that speed. I get the lycra clad cyclists zooming past me at that speed. Why, oh why, are we limited to 15.5 miles per hour? Now, I've got several e-bikes. Some are restricted to the 15.5, 250 watt motor. Some are unrestricted. And obviously, I can get a top speed out of the ones that are unrestricted, 28 to 31 miles per hour. Now in America, their limit in America. Cheers to my cousins in America, by the way. Bruce, you're a lucky person being able to go that fast. You're all allowed to go 28 miles per hour. Now, I've been on my bike and I've used it at 15.5 miles an hour religiously. You know, I don't want to break the law. I'm not trying to hurt anybody. You know, I'm trying to sort of, my problem is that I actually de-restricted a bike and I went on the roads with an unrestricted motor. Now for me, I was able to pull away at traffic lights at the same pace as all the cars around me. And I'll be honest with you, I felt 250% more safer doing that than trying to get up on your pedal, push down, and you're going really slow. And as you start off on a bike, you're wobbling about and you've got cars either side of you trying to pass you, you know. So yeah, I think personally, I know there's talk of a 20-mile-an-hour thing coming to the UK possibly. Whether that, you know, there's been every year there's talks, you know, but the talks don't seem to, oh excuse me, I've got hiccups. The talks don't seem to get any further than just talking about stuff. So yeah, it's a little bit frustrating. But I'd like to know, like, your opinion, you know? Do you think 15.5 mile an hour is adequate? You know, and I'll be honest, I've tried a couple of 250-watt motorbikes. I live in an area where I'm surrounded by hills. I couldn't even get up one of those hills with a 250-watt motor. Now, rightly so, I have a lung condition. I suffer from COPD. So, yes, you know, I'm probably not your average Joe. But, you know, I'd like to know you know, all of your thoughts essentially. You know, is 15.5 miles an hour, you know, what do you do? You know, do you ride a bike unrestricted? Do you ride a bike restricted? You know, are you keeping well within the laws? As I said, for the most part, I keep well within the laws. You know, I'm really not out to, like, you know, be a rebel without cause. Because I am a rebel and I've got a cause. I want 28 miles per hour, like like our American cousins have got. Because to me, that just makes so much more sense. Another thing as well about the UK law, and I think this is like primarily why the law needs to change. You can ride an e-bike when you're 14 years old. Ha! When I was 14 years old, it was my mum reminding me to think of others. Because at 14 years old, you know, you've got your blinkers on. You're like focused on what you're doing and having fun and enjoying your time. You know, at 14 years old, you haven't reached that age yet where you're being really mindful of others. Well, you know, maybe there are, and I'm sure there are a few, you know, and I was partly so, but as a child, you get excited, and that excitement puts those blinkers on. Now, if you gave me an e-bike when I was 14, yeah, I don't think 14-year-olds are responsible, really. Enough, mostly. Now, I know there are a few, but change it. Make it so that you've got to be an adult to ride an electric bike. Put the age limit back up. Put the age limit up to 18. You know, it makes so much more sense to do that. Like, because yeah, you know, even a 14. I've seen a 14-year-old on a bike similar to mine. There's no way in the world he could control that properly. He was way too small. The bike was way too big and way too heavy for him. You know, you shouldn't. This is why, you know, and you know, accidents are literally, I think, you know, giving it to younger kids is an accident waiting to happen. But you know, just my opinion. You know, I'm just putting it out there really because I think it's, you know, something that's often discussed. Now, you know, I'm not after anybody incriminating themselves, you know, and I certainly won't be putting up my hand to anybody and say, excuse me, officer, I've got a subscriber on my YouTube channel and he goes 20 miles an hour. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. You know, that's like, I don't want to ruin anything for people, you know, by occasionally going out on an unrestricted bike. I try to limit though, if I do go on an unrestricted bike, I will keep it to 15 miles an hour until I hit generally an off-road private land, you know, where I'm not governed by the road restrictions essentially. But yeah, you know, but yeah, like I've said, I'll be interested to hear what you guys think about, you know, the speed restrictions. Are you all happy with 15.5 miles an hour? Do you think there should be more? And if so, how fast? You know, how fast is fast enough? You know? But yeah, I would like to be able to go to 28 miles an hour. And yeah, I know it's almost double the speed of what we can do now. But I've had lycra-clad cyclists pass me doing 40. What is the difference? You know? If you're hit at 40 miles an hour by a lycra-clad cyclist, he's going to do some damage. Not only to you, probably to his bike and probably to himself. You know? So I don't see why we're restricted to such low speeds, essentially, really. Right, I've just done a time check, and it's 6 p.m. already, which means I've probably got about an hour until we hit darkness completely and nightfall. So I'm going to have to start packing down and making tracks out of here, essentially. But I'd like to just say thank you once again for watching this video. If you made it this far, top notch. Yeah, they can be a bit long. I'm not going to include the ride home today because I think the video last week sort of went on possibly a little bit too long, and I didn't really have much to say on the way back, so it sort of felt a little bit unnecessary. So we'll probably end the video you know, without the ride back today, but yeah, I do need to start thinking about packing down and setting up, which I'm just going to let the last of this burn away. It shouldn't be too long, to be honest. You know, it's actually quite, I'm about to put my coat on. I chose not to, just for the sake of this this last shot, really, but I am quite cold. But yeah, so thank you ever so much for watching. If you like this kind of content, then hit that like and subscribe button. And also don't forget, you can hit that bell notification to get notified when I upload a video every Monday morning at 6 a.m. I'm not going to go on about when you need to watch the video. You can watch that whenever you like. But yeah, no, thank you for everybody that's watched my videos, that's subscribed, everybody that comments. If you comment on any of my videos, I will get around to trying to give you a shout out as well on the channel. Because like I said earlier, I think community is quite a big thing anyway, you know. And yeah, once again, a big hello to Bruce over in the States. He's got his own YouTube channel. If I didn't put his link up earlier, I'll put it down here somewhere now. Or it might just be on there twice, because it's nice to be nice, isn't it? You know. But yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed my day today. It's been lovely coming out to the forest, seeing, you know, the bluebells springing up into action. There's small leaves on the trees that, you know, that were dead, looking dead otherwise. So yeah, an absolutely lovely day today. Obviously looking forward to the better weather, because I want to go much further afield and get some camping done. But anyway, I can waffle on, as you probably all know. And yeah, you know, I think it's probably best to end the video here. So yeah, thank you once again for watching this video, and hopefully I'll see some of you next week. Take care. Bye bye. I forgot my camera.